I never imagined the moment I'd ask for a divorce would come with her laughter echoing in my ears. My name is Daniel, I'm 38, and for the last 12 years, I've been married to Emily. From the outside, we looked like a picture-perfect couple. House in the suburbs, 2 cars in the driveway, dinner parties with friends where we smiled and pretended everything was fine. But behind closed doors, it was a different story. It started small, in ways you almost ignore. Emily would brush off my attempts at affection. I'd reach for her hand during a movie night, and she'd pull away with some excuse about being tired or not in the mood. Nights that used to end with whispered conversations in bed turned into nights of silence, each of us scrolling through our phones until sleep claimed us separately. At first, I thought it was stress from work, or maybe just the natural dulling of passion that happens in long marriages. But months turned into years, and the rejection became routine. I tried to talk to her. I remember sitting across from her at the kitchen table one evening, the air heavy with words I didn't know how to say. Emily, are we okay? You never want to be close anymore. She gave me that tight smile she'd perfected over the years, the one that never reached her eyes. Oh, Daniel, you're too sensitive. Not everything has to be about intimacy. She said it like I was a child throwing a tantrum. That was the first time I felt invisible in my own marriage. I held on, though. I told myself love was more than physical closeness. I poured myself into work, into fixing things around the house, into being the man I thought she'd once fallen in love with. But no matter what I did, nothing changed. The coldness between us became a third presence in our home. Something neither of us acknowledged but both of us lived with. Then came the night that broke me. I tried one more time to reach out. I touched her arm gently, asked if we could talk, if we could try to find our way back to each other. She laughed. Not a small chuckle, but a laugh so sharp it felt like a blade across my chest. Daniel, you're not sleeping with me. That ship sailed a long time ago. I stared at her, stunned. She said it like it was a joke, like the years of silence and rejection meant nothing. I should have been angry, but all I felt was this deep, hollow ache. Something inside me cracked, and for the first time in years, I saw the truth without excuses. The next morning, I sat across from her at the same kitchen table where I'd once begged for answers. My voice was calm, steadier than I expected. Emily, I want a divorce. Her smile vanished instantly. She blinked at me, confused, like she hadn't heard me right. Then her eyes filled with tears, and she whispered, "No, you can't. Daniel, please." But it was too late. Her tears fell quickly, streaming down her cheeks as she reached for my hand across the table. "Daniel, please don't do this. We can fix it," she cried, her voice trembling with a desperation I hadn't heard in years. And for a moment, I almost pitied her. Almost. But pity isn't love, and it certainly isn't respect. I thought about all the nights I'd lain awake beside her, wondering why I wasn't enough. I thought about the countless times I tried to bridge the distance, only to be laughed at, dismissed, or made to feel small. I pulled my hand back gently. "Emily," I tried. "For years I begged for closeness, for something real. You laughed at me when I asked for intimacy. You made me feel like a fool for even needing it. And now you're crying because I finally had the strength to say I'm done." Her face twisted in anger then, hot tears mixing with fury. "So that's it? You're just going to walk away after everything we've built?" she demanded. "Yes," I said quietly, "because what we've built isn't a marriage anymore. It's 2 strangers sharing a mortgage." She stood, pacing the kitchen like a caged animal. "You'll regret this. Do you know what people will say? Do you know how this will look?" I shook my head. "Emily, I stopped caring what it looks like a long time ago. I care about what it feels like, and it feels like nothing. That's worse than anger. Worse than fights. It's emptiness. And I can't live empty anymore." The room went silent except for her soft sobbing. For years I had dreamed of her showing some emotion, anything that proved she still cared. But now, watching her break down, it felt hollow. Too little, too late. That night I packed a bag. Just one. Clothes, my laptop, and a few personal things. As I zipped it closed, Emily came to the doorway, her eyes red and swollen. "Please, Daniel, stay. We can try counseling, anything you want. Don't throw us away. I paused, searching for some trace of the woman I had married. The woman who used to light up when I walked into a room. But she was gone, replaced by someone who had laughed at my vulnerability and only cried when her comfort was threatened. I'm not throwing us away, I said softly. You did that when you stopped seeing me as your husband. I walked past her, down the hall and out the door. The cool night air hit my face as I loaded my bag into the car. For the first time in years, I felt something that resembled peace. Not joy, not triumph, just peace. A quiet certainty that even though the road ahead would be difficult, it would also be honest. Marriage isn't supposed to be a prison of silence and rejection. It's supposed to be partnership, intimacy, and love. Without those, it's nothing more than paperwork. And I finally decided I deserved more than paperwork. As I drove away, her cries faded into the distance. The house shrank in my rearview mirror until it was nothing but a shadow against the night sky. And in that moment, I knew I hadn't lost anything. I had finally set myself free.